Hey everyone, it's Anna. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a longtime viewer and subscriber. I am so excited to be filming this video for you today. I decided instead of doing a live video, which I contemplated, I decided to do it as a pre-recorded video that I could post as a premiere so that I could engage with you in chat. And I think it's really going to be fun to be able to chat back and forth with you, answer your questions, and just watch the video as you watch the video. So let's go ahead and get started. I am so excited to be announcing the launch of SweetMissDaisy Designs. I have been working hard nights and weekends to put together a line of stamps, new stamps that have never been seen before, and new paper, some that has been seen before, some that has never been seen before, and eventually there will be dies, and who knows what else. I have lots of fun ideas that I'd really like to explore. So today is the official launch of SweetMissDaisy Designs, and I'm so happy you're here sharing it with me. I do have some design team members that are going to be working with me throughout the year to launch new product, and they are Jeanne. Some people call her Jeanne. I call her Jeannie. Angela and Giovana, and I will put their links to their Instagram and their blogs in the video description box. They're going to be sharing inspiration with all of you as well on their regular social media platforms, also participating in their usual monthly activities like whatever challenge they might participate in. If they do blog hops or anything like that, you might see their inspiration shared in that regard as well. So all that to be said, I'm just so excited to be sharing today with you. So thank you so much for joining. My Etsy shop is going to be where I'm going to be selling the product, and I've had an Etsy shop for years and years, and so this is nothing new. It's just new products added to the shop. I have been illustrating rubber stamps for probably close to 2 decades. So I'm excited to be illustrating for SweetMissDaisy Designs. And I've also been a product designer for the company Impression Obsession. I was the product designer for their cutting dies and also some of their paper collections. So with Impression Obsession closing, it just seemed a natural transition for me to be able to support the idea of SweetMissDaisy Designs. So I'm just so excited that you're here with me today. And really all I want to say is let me show you all my fun new stuff. So let me show you all my fun new stuff, shall we? There are going to be monthly releases. I'm shooting for the first Saturday of every month. I know this is the second Saturday technically, but we did have to push things back just a smidge by 1 week to get some additional product in. So, but from here on out, we will be looking at the first Saturday of every month, 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern time. And there's not going to be any set rule for me. I might do a stamp set. I might do several stamp sets. I might do stamp and paper. I might do a stamp and a die or paper and a die. Who knows? I just, you never know what you're going to get. But I think it's going to be fun. I think if you have come to know my style, I think you're going to really like the products that I'm going to be putting out. So I know that I'm super excited. We already have products all the way scheduled through June. And so it's going to be fun. It's going to be super fun. So thank you so much for joining me. And let's take a look at all the fun stuff, shall we? So first up, I have a stamp set I want to share with you. It's called Cozy Wishes, and I love snowman, so I thought it was only appropriate for me to launch SweetMissDaisy Designs with a snowman, or maybe even 2. So this is Cozy Wishes. He is a short, squat snowman with great big buttons on his belly and a very fun knit scarf and a sleeper style hat. He's got holly and a button on his hat as well. There's a snowflake stamp that you can use to add interest to your background. You can use the holly and button stamp here to create pattern paper or as an embellishment. You can use it on the back by your name when you sign your cards. Here's the sentiment warm and cozy wishes. And then this stamp here at the bottom is for adding some interest to your stamp backgrounds, to your pattern paper. You can use it on the back or the inside of your cards. You can use it to add texture to your snowman, all different kinds of things. But this is kind of like a fun pillow ticking style image. So this is Cozy Wishes. This is a 4x5, not a 4x6, but a 4x5 stamp set. And that's the back. And I have some fun samples to share with you, and so do the designers as well. So up next is a paper collection, and it is called Worn Dots, and this is a SweetMissDaisy launch like it's never been seen before. So fun. So this one's called Worn Dots, and I really love the colors in this particular collection. I'm really thrilled with how the distressing and the dots and the design of the paper came together. So let's take a look at some of the sheets. It is double-sided except for the cover. That one is not. And so here you can see some of the colors together. There's distressing, there's blobs of paint, there's polka dots, there's text, all kinds of stuff built into the pattern of the paper. This text down here, you may have heard me talk about it before. I actually have a letter from my great-grandfather that he wrote to his soon-to-be wife, my great-grandmother, the day before they were married, and the text that you see here is a portion of that letter. So that's kind of fun. So Worn Dots is this one, and this is a beautiful lavender color. On the back side is this really lovely pink. It almost glows. It's so pretty. So I know when you use these types of papers on your cards, the paper has already done all the work for you. I'll show you an example of one of the cards that I made using this paper, and I didn't have to do anything extra to the paper. I didn't have to stamp anything on it. I didn't have to distress the edges, nothing. So I just think it's so beautiful. Here's a really pretty gingery brown color. It'd be really cute teddy bears as well. Here's a really pretty olive, kind of like a kelp green. So just kind of showing you some of the colors that you get. And I have used some of this collection, so this is not a complete collection, but you get the idea. And this beautiful blue, isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh. So let's take a look at the cover again so you can see all the various different colors that come with the collection. And again, this one is called Worn Dots. So you get wine, pink, light brown, this yellow ochre color, a olive green, a more of a kelp green, or teal down here, and then these beautiful blues into lavender, light brown and dark brown. So I think it's so pretty, so pretty. So that's Worn Dots. I'm going to put Cozy Wishes down here too. So let's take a look at some samples of Cozy Wishes. So up first is a tag that I made using one of my old Impression Obsession dies. And I think he looks so cute on a tag. He's really nice and big and fills the space. You don't need anything extra, just him. And I think he's adorable. Adorable. Even having his little bottom cut off down here at the bottom of the tag, it just kind of adds to the design of the bottom of the tag there. So I think he looks great. The background I colored with colored pencils, and it makes it look all like there's a bunch of snow flurries in the background. And then he is stamped in Memento ink and colored with alcohol markers. So I think he looks great, great, great. And a quick to and from on the back, and you've got a really fun, easy tag. Up next is a card I made. He is stamped on watercolor paper and painted with watercolor paints. And then I also gave him a good spritz of glitter, so he's really sparkly. I also used the holly and the button from the stamp set and created my own pattern paper here in the background. So using kind of a tone-on-tone stamping technique and just very subtly adding that stamp image to the background just on a piece of plain cardstock makes it look a lot more interesting than just yellow cardstock. So I think this is an adorable card too. And then here is another card that I made using the snowman. And this one maybe is a she snowman. She's got a beautiful, beautiful taupe colored hat and scarf. I used a different color green for the buttons and the holly and kind of tied it into this beautiful ribbon that I got from a friend of mine here on the channel. This is some older Stampin' Up! Style ribbon. So I think this looks really pretty. I love the color connection there, and a bright, bright, cheery nose. You might be able to see the lines of the image are glossy. I used a clear Jelly Roll pen once I had the stamp outlined, or the the image stamped, I used a clear, if I can find it, I'll show you. Well, here it is. I used a clear Jelly Roll pen to trace the image, and then I colored in the eyes and this nose as well. and that's what makes them look shiny. So, but super fun, easy technique. But I think this card turned out real cute. I love the added sparkly paper on the outside edge, and then the rustic Dollar Tree ribbon as well. On the inside of this one, I stamped Warm and Cozy Wishes and then added that holly and button there, and I colored that in colored pencil. And then on the back, I added another one of the buttons and signed my name. So also colored in with the colored pencil. So I think she is adorable. Here's another snowman card that I made, stamped on watercolor paper and painted in. I used the snowflake there to create all of the snowflake in the background. I used the pillow ticking stamp to create my own pattern paper. So you can see all of the lines here on this turquoise colored paper were made using that stamp in the set. And I just think he's so fun. I love his great big blue hat, his great big scarf. Super fun. And then inside I stamped the sentiment and some snowflakes in the corners. And the back is blank yet. And then finally, one more card featuring Cozy Wishes is this one here, and it also features the Worn Dots paper. So you can see how the Worn Dots paper as is really does all the work for you. There was nothing extra I needed to do to this paper to make it look the way that it looks. So I think it looks really great. This snowman is stamped on craft, and he's colored with a combination of alcohol markers and color pencil to get that, that kind of a look on the craft paper. So I think he looks really great. And he also got a spritz of glitter, so he's super sparkly, which I don't think you guys can see, but in real life, he's sparkly, which you know I love. This is an old vintage button of a jar of about 10,000 buttons. Not really 10,000, but a lot of these blue buttons that I picked up at a thrift store a couple years ago. So I thought I would mimic the buttons on the snowman and use one of those fun blue buttons. On the inside, I stamped the sentiment, added the pillow ticking stamp in a primitive style down the edge, and then on the back, I added the extra piece of paper and then added another holly and button and signed my name. So that is Cozy Wishes and the Worn Dots paper. I do believe I have another sample showing Worn Dots using another stamp set as well, but this is Cozy Wishes. Up next, I have 3 paper collections that I'm releasing that were previously released by Impression Obsession. So you may have these in your collection already, but maybe you need more. I know I did. These are some of my absolute favorites. So I released them under my own name, SweetMissDaisy Designs. But if you picked up the mini gingham from Impression Obsession, you have these same colors. If you picked up the Love collection from Impression Obsession, you have these same colors and prints. And then if you picked up the Sweetheart collection from Impression Obsession, you have these same prints as well. So just to be completely clear, these were previously released by Impression Obsession, and now they were under the SweetMissDaisy Designs brand. But some of my very favorites, so they needed to be in my collection too. So those fun collections are available. And then I have another snowman available, and this one is called Charming, and he is a snowman, a charming snowman to melt your heart. There are a couple sentiments in the set. One is Frosty Friends Make Winter Warm, a charming snowman to melt your heart, I Heart Snow. There is this cute line of buttons that you can use, again, to create designs on your background papers, use them on tags, all kinds of things that you can do with added stamps like this in sets. Of course, here is Charming himself. I mean, in that kind of an outfit, what else could he be but charming? Here is a cute little star garland that he can hold. There's some snowflakes here that you can use for the background. And then there's this little bitty stamp here, and it is actually words, text, but it's not meant to necessarily be read. It's not a standalone sentiment. It's used, should be used to add interest, visual interest to your snowman, your backgrounds, things like that. But it is a poem that I wrote, and I'll read it to you. It says, "Twigs for arms, a carrot nose, charcoal eyes, and a cheerful pose. Build a snowman, sing for all to hear, for winter comes around each year." So I think you'll see on some of the samples that I share how I use that little bitty text to add some fun character to my charming snowman. So this is Charming, and I think he is just that, charming as can be. So now let's take a look at some samples with him. We first have, let's see, which one do I want to share you first? I'll do this one. So first up, he is wearing a beautiful olive scarf. He's got a black top hat, and he's holding the star banner. There's snowflakes in the background, and if you notice, he has text on his side, text on his pants, and text on his scarf, and that was added using that little poem that's in the stamp set. So it is small, but legible, if you have your readers on. In the background here, I just took a piece of olive colored paper and I stamped all the buttons on it. And so I created my own background paper. I did use a postage mark stamp from my desk, which you've seen me use on lots of projects. And that got me thinking, so maybe there will be something come February where I won't need to reach for that postage stamp on my desk. We'll see. But I added some faux stitching and watercolor and distress ink, and he got glitter. There's an old button from my friend Mary, and it is just divine. So I love it. And on the inside, frosty friends make winter warm. I added the little star dangle, added some snowflakes in the background, and then on the back stamped the buttons and signed my name. So that is my first cozy wishes, charming snowman. Charming snowman. Then I have this charming snowman. Isn't he a dreamboat? He's got gold suspenders and he has gold on his nose. There's the text that you can see in the background. I did add buttons here on the background as well on this teal cardstock to again make it more like a pattern paper instead of just blank cardstock. He's stamped on watercolored paper and it's painted with the same watercolors that I use all the time. In fact, I use them on all of these images, and it's this pretty excellent set that I use all the time. And I think he is so cute. He's got a gray hat on and a green hat band and beautiful coloring on his snow body. I like his great big brown buttons too. So then I added this fun little charm and a bulb pin here on some of my favorite twine. I also set an eyelet. Fancy. The inside of this card is blank yet, and then the back is as well. So that's my second charming snowman. My third charming snowman loves snow, and he is decked out, ready for the snowstorm. We are in the middle of a storm right now, actually. So he's fitting right in here, and he's wearing all brown. He has a great big brown snowflake button, and then up here he's just shouting, "I love snow, I love snow." I added the gold splatter paint to this particular card that you can see on there, so it looks really, really fun, like he really is in a snowstorm. And again, he is stamped on watercolor paper and painted with the same watercolor paints. The background is just a piece of red cardstock that I, again, just stamped various images from the set on to make it pattern paper instead of just plain cardstock. Blank on the inside and blank on the back. So I'll have to finish this card later, I guess. So that's my third charming snowman. My fourth charming snowman also loves snow. Isn't he a dreamboat? He has the poem in the background as well. He is stamped on alcohol-friendly paper, alcohol marker-friendly paper, and he's colored with alcohol markers, and I also colored him with colored pencil. So a couple of different mediums there. And then he also got spritzed with glitter, so he's super sparkly. I added a fun banner here for his sentiment. And the paper in the background here is from the Sweetheart collection. So I like the, it's like kind of like a carved heart or an etched heart in wood, in a wood grain. So I think this is fun in the red, white, and blue. He has a great big top hat on. I think he's cute as can be. On the inside, I stamped Frosty Friends Make Winter Warm and added a piece of the paper. And then on the back, I added more of the paper and then stamped the little star garland and signed my name. Cute! The last charming snowman I have to share with you is this guy, and I love this card. I think it might be my favorite of this series. And this paper is the mini gingham. That's where the red came from, mini gingham. And then this heart piece here came from Sweetheart, I think. Yeah. Oh no, it came from Love. Here, you can see it here. So those two collections are fun to have, and just in time for Valentine's Day too. And who says you can't have snowmen at Valentine's Day? We'll have snow, so. But here is a charming snowman to melt your heart. He is stamped on watercolor paper and painted as well. And you can see I added the little poem in the background just here and there to give some interest to the background. And I stamped the snowflakes too in blue instead of brown. It's a really, really pale, like a periwinkle. So I thought that was fun. And then it kind of mirrored the coloring on the snowman itself. So really, really fun. I set another eyelet and added a little bow there. Did all my faux stitching, and I think it's cute. It got spritzed with glitter, so you know it's sparkly. And this card is blank on the inside and blank on the back yet. But that is my 5th charming snowman for you today. And I don't know, what do you think? Do you like him or Cozy Wishes better? I think for me it might be Charming is the winner. I don't know. And then finally, I have one more stamp set and one more paper collection to release for you. The paper collection that's left is Heart Gingham. And this, again, was one of the collections that I did release with Impression Obsession, but I wanted it under the Sweet Miss Daisy brand, so it is back. So if you did pick up this Heart Gingham from Impression Obsession, you will have the same colors from me. But you can see that's a beautiful collection and one of my absolute favorites. So definitely wanted to have it available now. And then the last stamp set for January is this one here, and it's called Raggedy Bunny. And she is so cute, and I've had so much fun making samples with her. So she comes with a large stamp here at the bottom, which you can use, again, to add interest to your backgrounds. You can add it to the inside or the back of your cards. You can use it to make pattern paper on the bottom of tags. There's sentiments in here that read, I adore you. You make life better just by being you. And true friends are never far apart, maybe in distance, but never in heart. There is a fun heart here with some threads twisted around. And then there's 3 banners here that you can use. Oops, they go this way. There's a heart banner with a button. There's a 3-star banner, and there's a 3-flower with the buttons banner. And they actually fit in her hands. So you can stamp her and then choose one of the banners you want to stamp, and you can stamp it right over her, and her little hands will hold where the knots are on the end of the banners. She also has a heart in her jumper, and that's a separate stamp from her. So when you take her off of the acetate carrier sheet, that little heart will be left behind. So you can actually use that heart separate on its own, or you can spin it around and stamp it on her jumper. You can stamp the heart on her jumper, and it still leaves room to hold the banners. So all kinds of fun things that you can do with this cute set. And I don't know if I've mentioned, but these are 4x5 stamp sets, 4 inches by 5 inches stamp sets. So there's the back. So let me go ahead and show you some fun Raggedy Bunny samples. I think she's cute as can be. I had a hard time choosing which ones to show you first. Let's see. I think I'll start with her because I think she's so very sweet. And I adore you. This is one that I shared in a sneak peek. I think I shared maybe just this bottom portion of the card. And so I think it's so pretty, though, and all of the pretty pastels. You can see the Worn Dots paper here in the background. Nothing has been done to that paper other than being cut down to size and stuck to the cardstock with a little faux stitching added. That's it. I think it's so beautiful. I added one of my trims pieces from an old IO set here for an embellishment, and one of the buttons from my friend Mary. And I think she's so cute. I love her little bloomers and her stripy socks. Here you can see how I stamped the heart on her jumper. So that's my first Raggedy Bunny. And then, let's see. I'll do this one, I Adore You. And so here you can see how she's holding the star banner. So once I had the bunny stamped, I just stamped that star banner right over her hands. And it's drawn so that the knots there where the bows are at the end of the banners fit perfectly in her hands. She's got cute little red and white striped socks, little hearts on her jumper, and a great big red heart at the base of her neck there. So I adore you. So these papers are from the Love collection. So let's see, where did it go? This one. So it's the text paper and the red. So I think this card is really cute. I love the little peak of ribbon out here on the side. I adore you with this cute little twine bow. And she is super, super cute. This card is blank on the inside and on the back. I didn't finish all of them on the inside and back. Let's see, here's another cute one. She's holding the flower garland. You can see there how it just fits perfectly in her hands. She's got cute little stripy gray and white socks, and I think she's so fun. I think this also was maybe one of the sneak peek images that I shared because I shared this portion of her face and the sentiment, "You make life better just by being you." And then here is where I used the heart stamp from that set to create some pattern paper. So I used this big heart piece here to create the pattern paper here that you see behind her. So fun, fun. And that's my third Raggedy Bunny. Here she is holding the heart banner, and it has a cute little button on the center heart. I adore you. I used the heart that has the little threads here on the background, and then I also used the stamp that has the hearts for the background here as well on some cardstock. But I think she's cute. I just dressed this one up a little bit more than the others. I rattied up the edges of the panels and did a little bit of stamping across. So, and I just used this. The ink that was left on the background stamp is what I used to get the little bit of ink here on the sides of her panel. And then "You make life better just by being you" on the inside. And then the back is blank yet. And then one final card to share with you tonight, or today, it is nighttime when I'm filming this, is "I adore you." And she's wearing this cute little lavender jumper with that great big heart on it. And she's got purple and white striped socks. There's some lace from the Dollar Tree. And then this purple pattern paper is from the Heart Gingham line. So that is that. And I think this card is blank on the inside as well. Yeah. So more work to be done before these get sent, that's for sure. But these are my adorable Raggedy Bunny cards that I want to share with you today. And that brings us to the end of everything that's new for Sweet Miss Daisy Designs for January. So there's 5 paper collections and 3 stamp sets. There will be a link to my Etsy store down below in the video description. And you can see more samples in each of the listings on the Etsy site as well. So if you go into a product, you'll see cards listed there for inspiration. You'll see some of my cards there, but you'll also see some from Angie, Jeanne, and Giovana as well. So thank you so much for sharing this experience with me and for being here and being so supportive and kind in the comments. Thank you so much. And I hope you find something you love and you can't live without. And I hope you're inspired, and I hope you do some shopping. So thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to chatting with you in the comments. I look forward to engaging with you on future videos. And of course, you are going to see lots more from me and Sweet Miss Daisy Designs. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.